Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Aligned Strength Podcast, where we align mind, body, and spirit to help you create lasting strength inside and out. I'm your host, Mandy Scow, and today we are getting into a topic that I hear very often, all the time, not just from clients, but even from friends, family, and honestly, even myself some days. And we will be talking about the mental barriers that keep us from moving our bodies. Before we get into the episode, I want to mention our partnership with Clean Simple Eats, a company that has many different proteins. They have greens, they have berries, they have collagen, so many amazing products. Clean Simple Eats, and we get a lot of our products from there. We have products at the gym that we have from them. Also, all of it that we use in our home as far as proteins go, powders or clear protein in a can, that kind of stuff. It all comes from Clean Simple Eats. In the show notes below the episode, there is a link. If you click on that link, you can order through their website, and there is 10% off at checkout if you use that link. Also, Monday, September 22nd, we have our next virtual group program going to start. It's a 5-week online virtual program. There is weekly workouts. You follow a video. It tells you how to do the moves. It tells you how many reps or how long to do each workout and each move. And that is weekly for 5 weeks. You're in a private group with other people. There's accountability. There's nutritional tips. It's a good program to keep you moving, keep you motivated. Other people hold you accountable in the group. So that is a 5-week program starting Monday, September 22nd. Also in the show notes is the link if you want more information or want to sign up. There is a link for that as well. Okay, so let's get into this episode. We're going to break down the top 10 mental barriers to exercise. And more importantly, I'm going to share some examples or real life examples and practical tips to help you work through each one. By the end of this episode, you'll have the tools to move past the mental blocks and start building a routine that truly works for you and can align with you and your schedule and your level and everything that will align with you. Okay, so the 10 mental barriers. Number 1, lack of motivation. It's easy to feel like working out is just one more thing on the to-do list. So an example here would be a mom of 2. She keeps skipping her workouts because she's exhausted after work. But she also feels guilty for taking time for herself. Number 1, don't ever feel guilty for taking time for yourself. That self-care, self-time will increase your mood, make you feel better, make you probably be nicer to your children, that type of thing. So, solution 1, reframe exercise as self-care, not a chore. So mentally switch it to exercise as self-care. It's time for myself. I need this time. It is not a chore. So you can commit to a 10-minute walk after dinner. And once you start that, you feel better. Motivation is naturally followed by that. So that's an easy start. 10 minutes. So the tip is to start small. Commit to 5 to 10 minutes. Often starting is the hardest part, and then momentum builds once you begin. Okay, so the barrier is the lack of motivation. Number 1, do not feel guilty. You need self-care. It is not selfish. Everybody needs it. 5 to 10 minutes, start small and build momentum from there. The second barrier, negative self-talk. Our inner critic can be brutal. Here's an example. You used to tell yourself, or you do tell yourself, I'm too out of shape to even start. And that thought keeps you stuck for months, right? So you keep thinking that. The solution, replace it with every workout makes me stronger. For one, you start somewhere. You start at 5 minutes a day. Keep building. Every workout makes you stronger. You can also, keep track of your progress in a journal to remind yourself of every little small win, and you keep building from there. So just changing your mindset to I'm too out of shape to even start to maybe every workout will make me stronger. A tip, challenge your negative thoughts by replacing them with empowering thoughts. Speak to yourself the way you'd speak to your child or the way you'd speak to your best friend. Okay, so speak to yourself. Be a little bit nicer to yourself. Okay, number 3, the third barrier is fear of judgment. Walking into a gym can feel intimidated, especially if you're worried about others watching you. Now, if this is you, just know that this is many people. Honestly, I hear so many people saying that walking through the gym door was the hardest part. And then once they're there, once they get used to it, once they find accountability partners, it all changes. Or once they're there and they see that everybody there is focused on themselves. Everybody in our group sessions is in their own zone and focused on what they're doing and their form and what's going on in their head, that they're not even paying attention to anybody. So fear of judgment is definitely legit. Walking into a gym is very intimidating for so many people. An example, you avoid group classes because you're scared that you'll look silly or you won't know how to do the move and somebody's going to notice that you're not doing it, like everybody else, or you're not lifting as heavy a weights as everybody else, or you're not as moving as fast as everybody else. However, nobody notices because everybody's focused on what they're doing. And then, yes, you finally realize that, like the classes, there are beginner classes at many gyms. And then you realize that everybody's just there and focusing on themselves. So the solution is to start where you're comfortable. Try an at-home workout. I have a lot of clients that start with me one-on-one to work themselves up to going to a group session. Now, I tell them that they don't have to do that. Physically, they don't have to do that because all of our group sessions, and I'm talking about at my gym, all of our group sessions they can be, beginner level or advanced level because everybody's working at their own pace. And so if you're advanced, you're going to be, lifting heavier weights. But if you're a beginner, you might be lifting 2 to 3 pound weights, and that's okay. And you're going at your own pace. So I tell people that, but more so they start with me because they just mentally have that feeling that they need to get going and get to a certain level before joining the group classes. And if that's what makes them comfortable, that is perfectly fine. Other people try at-home workouts first, get their momentum up, build their cardio up a little bit before then coming into a group session. So wherever it is comfortable for you to start there. if it's at home, if it's with a trainer one-on-one, if it's bringing a friend. If you don't like to try things by yourself, bring a friend. It can be new for both of you, and then you have each other to, rely on. Or choose smaller classes or smaller group sessions until your confidence builds. So even if it's one-on-one, or if it's like a 4-person group, just wherever you start to make it successful for you, you need to start where you're comfortable, but there always is a place to start. Here's a tip. Most people at the gym are too busy thinking about their own form and about their own plan to notice you. And that is true. So the fear of judgment, just remove that right from your mind. All right, number 4. The fourth mental barrier to exercise is perfectionism. So perfectionism whispers, if you can't do it all, don't do it at all. Okay, so that might be whispering in your ear, if I can't do it, then I might as well not do it at all. Remove that thinking. Here, you thought you needed a perfect hour workout 5 days a week, and you can't fit that in, so then you don't start it at all. So what you want to do is you want to focus on the minimum effective dose. Begin with 2 20-minute strength sessions a week and build up gradually. Okay, so the tip here is progress beats perfection every time. Aim for consistency over intensity. So you might be thinking a perfect workout is, that example of 5 days a week, and I can't do that, so I'm not going to do anything at all. Don't do that. There is no perfect workout. Any amount of time is better than none. So little blurts here and there, 20 minutes. I'm going to do 20 minutes today. Tomorrow I can get in 15 minutes of strength training. And then 3 days from now, I have about a half hour. So, and that's perfect. Consistency over intensity. Just stay consistent. Number 5. The fifth mental barrier to exercise we're going to talk about is overwhelm and decision fatigue. With so many workout options out there, there's HIIT, yoga, strength, Pilates. It's very easy to get stuck in analysis paralysis. Okay, so example, you've spent weeks looking through YouTube for the quote unquote perfect plan, but you never started it. So you've looked for all these plans, you've looked to see what was going to work for you, but you never started anything because you were overwhelmed with what you were looking at, and then you couldn't decide. So a solution: commit to a simple plan. 3 workouts a week, each 30 minutes, just using dumbbells. Once you get started, the overwhelm will disappear. And this actually is like exactly what our virtual program is. 3 workouts a week. They're about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes. Majority of them only use dumbbell weights. You can do it at home. You can do these workouts at home. You can do them at any gym. It's a guided workout. There also is then some stretching videos throughout the weeks too, throughout the plan. But so if you're looking on YouTube, or you're looking for, the perfect plan, and there's so much out there. Yes, there's so much out there. What you need to do is you need to commit to a simple plan. Simple workouts, simple plan, and the overwhelm will be disappeared. So here's a tip. Pick one plan and stick with it for at least 4 weeks. You can always adjust later. You can always add later. So if you're looking for simple, seriously, reach out. I have simple plans, nutrition tips, all built into many programs that we've done. So don't overwhelm yourself. And then you can't decide. You have decision fatigue. All of that is a huge mental barrier for people just not knowing where to start. So number six mental barrier for exercise is time perception. You hear it all the time. I don't have time is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. Yes, it is a lie that we tell ourselves. I don't have time. Here's an example. You work full time and thought you had zero amount of time for workouts, but we found that there's 2 15-minute blocks a day, one before breakfast or one before lunch. And what's the solution with that? You can break your workouts up. We have clients at our gym that come in twice a day because they come in before work. They'll be there for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes before work, and then they'll come on their lunch break for 15 minutes. Or they'll split it up and come, 15 minutes before work, 15 minutes after work. One, they're doing a little bit of cardio. The other one, they're doing a little bit of lifting weights. It's what works for them. If they can't come in for an entire 30 to 45 hour long, they split it up. And that's what works for them, because that's what works in their time schedule. So the solution is breaking it up into shorter chunks if you need to, because that's what your schedule allows for you. But there is time. There is definitely time. Remember, something is always better than nothing. Something is always better than nothing. Repeat that in your head. A little bit is better than nothing at all. Okay, our 7th mental barrier is past negative experiences. So it could be an old injury, it could be failed programs, or overly intense trainers can leave scars mentally and physically. So a lot of people do have past negative experiences and then don't want to start again because they're nervous or they have anxiety. An example would be you quit working out years ago because of a knee injury and you're terrified to try again. So a solution would be start with low impact exercises. It helps going to a group session or having a coach because they know what to look for so you don't get hurt. If you're worried about that, if you're worried with a past injury. But then you can add in mobility work and, celebrate pain-free movement. So do the exercise that's low impact and you're pain-free. So celebrate that over time with confidence and strength, returning to regular exercise. So you're slowly getting back into it, almost working through past anxieties and past, if you want to say, failed workouts or failed programs. So a tip for this is choose a starting point that feels safe for you. Healing your relationship with movement matters as much as the movement itself. So you need to work through any past anxiety and slowly work through it. Slowly work yourself up. Number 8, this barrier, the all or nothing thinking. So you're thinking, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. And that keeps so many people stuck. Example here is you'd skip your workout if you overslept by 15 minutes, thinking it wasn't worth it. So you overslept, you're thinking it's not worth it going in now. If you're going to a regular open gym and you're 15 minutes later than normal, so then you're just going to think, all right, I'm not going to do it at all. So there's your all or nothing, right? I couldn't get my full time in, so screw it. I'll just skip today. Well, you woke up, you went, so maybe you planned for 45 minutes, but you're only going to get a half hour in. That's fine. You don't need the all or nothing thinking. So shifting your mindset, even 10 minutes of body weight workout is better than nothing. So you're still staying consistent, right? So you got up, it was a shorter workout, but you did it. So your consistency is there. When you hit, let's say 80% consistency, the results, you're going to see results. So the all or nothing thinking has to be removed. There's no perfect time frame. There's no perfect workout. It's just doing it. It's just moving your body. A tip is to focus on what you can do, not what you should do. So I should be doing this. I should be doing this. No, I can do this. This is what I can do. I'm going to do this. Right. So it's all changing your thinking, changing your mindset, getting rid of these mindset barriers that are keeping us from moving our body. So remove the all or nothing thinking. Number 9, the stress and mental fatigue barrier to exercise. Stress and mental fatigue. When life feels heavy, exercise can feel like another burden, right? Example here, you used to skip workouts during stressful weeks, exactly when you needed them the most. So your week is stressful, you're just not happy. It's not going well. Everything's going wrong. Working out is the last thing that you want. However, working out is exactly what your mind and body needs, more so your mind. So during those stress and mental fatigue times, your body and your mind needs that workout. Your mind needs that movement. So you can reframe your workout as stress relief, not a stress add-on. It's a stress relief. On tough days, be committed to stretching, walking, or yoga instead of skipping it completely. So if you really just can't do the strength, stretch, walk, do yoga. Just don't skip it completely because your mind needs that. The tip here is match your movement to your mood. Lower intensity workouts can actually help reset your nervous system. So again, you're still staying consistent. It's not the all or nothing. You just don't feel like it, you're stressed, but use that as a stress reliever. So drop the intensity, follow your mood, and let it help your body the way it's supposed to. Number 10, barrier to fitness, barrier to working out, mental barrier is the lack of connection to purpose. Lack of connection to purpose. Without a strong why, like why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to keep going? Without a strong why, staying consistent is nearly impossible. So you have to know your purpose. You have to know your why. There is a why. Everybody has a why. Your why could be because I want to lose 10 pounds. Your why could be because I want to stay mentally focused throughout each day. because I want to be able to stay active with my grandkids, because I want to hike the bluffs. My why is I want to be able to lift myself out of a chair when I'm 85 years old. So there's lots of different whys, right? So without a strong why, staying consistent is nearly impossible. Figure out your why. Example here, you wanted to lose weight, but it wasn't motivating enough. So you shifted your goal to having the energy to play with my kids, and everything changed, right? So it has to be, make it be more realistic too. I mean, everybody wants to lose weight, yes. But maybe being stronger. Like, I want to lift weights so, I can breathe better. So my cardiovascular and heart muscles and internal muscles are stronger, because that's what's going to keep me living longer, right? So, there should be a deeper why. There should be a more positive why than losing weight. Yes, losing weight comes with it, hand in hand, but shifting your mindset to a more motivating and really real life, realistic why. So find a goal that resonates emotionally with you, not physically. Okay, emotionally. Here's a tip. You can ask yourself, why do I really want this? And then connect your workouts to something deeper. So why do I really want this? Answer that question more emotionally than just physically. Okay. If you recognized yourself in any of these barriers, know this: you're not broken. You're not alone. These blocks are normal, and they're definitely workable. The key is small, consistent actions paired with a mindset shift. Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Not that it doesn't have to, it shouldn't. Your journey should not look like anybody else's. You are your own person. There's only one of you. Okay, so your journey is nobody else's journey. But your journey does have to move forward. So move forward, keep going, step by step, being consistent. The takeaway today's takeaway is identify one mental barrier that's holding you back right now, and take one small action today to work through it. So out of those 10 mental barriers, there is definitely one that everybody can, resonate with, right? So identify that one mental barrier that's holding you back right now, and take one small action step today to work through it. All right, we went through 10 of the most common mental barriers to exercise and simple, realistic ways to break through each one. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about taking one small step at a time and staying consistent. You have the power to shift your mindset, move your body, and create the energy that you deserve. Thank you for tuning in to the Aligned Strength podcast. If you have found this episode to be helpful, share it with a friend who may need a little push to get moving. And remember, alignment isn't about doing it all. It's about doing what feels right for you. So keep showing up for yourself, and I'll be here cheering you on. Until next time, stay strong, stay aligned, and keep moving forward. Hey, y'all, the information shared in this podcast is for educational and motivational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.